All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's officially time for another video on Ryan's Travel, RVing, and Off-Grid channel. I'm going to do a video today. It's going to be in segments. We're going to start this segment right now. This is going to be the first portion of catfish cleaning and preparation of whole body catfish. When you're off-grid, 101 on how to clean a whole body catfish, how to stake them to a tree, how to pull the skin, how to pretty much prep and get your catfish ready to then be cut up the proper way and then packaged the proper way for your freezer off-grid. The reason why we love catfish up in Wisconsin and in the Midwest, the catfish population is at a very all-time high. There's no limits on catfish when it comes down to a lot of bodies of water. You can pretty much catch up to 25 catfish a man on 3 different bodies of water in a day. It's a great fish species to put into your freezer. We already did 6 bags in our freezer. We went on our second run a couple days ago. We got another 21 fish. We just cleaned half of them. And this is going to be a tutorial video 101 on how to pretty much prep and pretty much go through all of your catfishing when you're farming and when you're harvesting and when you're going on different bodies of water. It's a great fish to fish for. It's very easy. I'm going to be making another video on how to actually fully catch catfish and how we go about it. But for now, basically what we're doing is we're pretty much prepping, like I said. So stay tuned to the next portion of the video. We're going to start off this portion though with basics of how we're going to pretty much break down our tools. I want to show you guys pretty much what we're using when it comes down to it. You got your basic skinner tool that's going to be skinning your catfish. You can use pliers or a skinner. You're going to have your hammer and a nail to pretty much hammer and nail your catfish to the tree. You're going to have a sharp knife to start off your skin inserts, and then also you're going to have a larger butcher knife type style that you're going to hack the top of the catfish's head with the hammer, and that's how you're going to crack the back spine to actually go into the next phase of actually cleaning the catfish. So what we're going to do pretty much here is I'm going to show you guys what I use next tool wise. This is just the first portion of the video. Once we get the catfish over to the next portion over here, and we have a catfish, pretty much we're going to be using tools. You're going to need a pair of pretty much snips or wire snips. This is going to be used for the back fin. These are going to be important. The only way to crack your back fin and spine column is going to be with a snip type style pliers. So you're going to need these. I suggest making sure you have a sharpener for all of your knives. Make sure all of your knives are perfectly sharpened before you start off all your processes, whether it's on the tree or whether it's on the table. Have a couple pairs of nice pliers ready. We use these as backups to pull skin on both sides of the catfish. Make sure you got pliers. I also use these cool little clippers for animals. You can use these. These are great little snip tool scissors that you can kind of make little detailed cuts on all of your fins and all of your different pieces of the catfish when you're actually cleaning them. So these are a little tool that I use. I also use a gaff to kind of pick up my catfish as I go. It's a kind of a way that we're able to, clean them quicker. And then also a couple larger knives that you might need to cut any bigger pieces that the smaller fillet knife won't cut. And also a hammer.
Show them your bucket system,
We have a bucket system. This is how I do the bucket system pretty much. You're going to have 3 buckets, okay? You're going to pretty much have all of your heads and guts and all of the internals. That's going to be a bucket. You're going to have your second cleaning bucket that you're going to run a hose in at all times. This is going to be consistently running because the fish is going to be dropped in there just like it is right now from the first person. And as the fish goes into the cleaning bucket, We have the hose running at all times, making sure that all the guts and the blood can run out, and we can prep and get that catfish ready for the next phase on the table. So once the catfish comes from the tree, it goes into this bucket, and then from there I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit how we are going to clean that catfish. I'm going to show you guys real quick a catfish that is going to be nailed to a tree, and how we're going to pretty much skin it. So pretty much what we're going to do, we're going to take a little nice drink of ice cold delicious MGD to start. Okay. That's the difference, folks. A little bit MGD. How you doing out in the middle of the sunshine? Here we go. So you take a nice half a chug right to the sun rays coming in from the off-grid property. Okay, that's the number one thing. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm gonna show you as my dad over here is getting a catfish ready to go.
Just nailed them to the head right there.
Okay, go ahead and explain.
I might be doing this a little low, but I preferably would risk the chance of losing a little bit of meat and getting a nice clean slice here.
So explain what you did with the slice. You make a fillet knife slice.
Yeah, just like this, right behind, right below the nail, and horizontal. The nail is horizontal to his two fins here.
Okay.
Okay, and then you make that slice and go like this with your knife. So I'll be able to pull it with my skinning pliers.
Okay.
Like this.
Boom.
Boom.
And the whole skin is going to come right off your catfish. Here, let me go around. And as you guys can see, it's pretty much a couple pulls, and the whole entire skin around your catfish is going to pretty much come off, and it's going to slide down.
I would also encourage all the viewers out there.
There we go, bam.
To get you a nice pair of gloves.
Get a nice pair of gloves with a little bit of grip.
Poked by the spines all the time, because they carry you up.
So here is a whole body catfish nailed to the tree. We made a small incision on both sides, left and right. We pulled the skin up a little bit, and then we used our pliers to whole body down the entire skin, and pretty much now he is a whole body catfish. So now we're going to take this catfish and we are going to put this catfish into this bucket. Okay, once this bucket has a catfish, we are going to take this catfish from this bucket, and we are going to gut this fish from here. Okay, so if you got your bucket system, you got all your main heads and all your guts, and you got your cleaning system, you're going to make sure your hose is running. Give it a nice clean fresh amount of water. Always keep this bucket clean, always dumping it, and always keeping it nice and clean and rejuvenating it to make sure these catfish are nice and clean. Okay, you're going to take your finger, you're pretty much going to make an incision right there. You're going to pull out all these internals. It's going to be a quick little pull, and at that point you're pretty much going to have your whole body catfish ready for the table. Okay, at this point it's pretty much meat and it's pretty much fins, and you're going to pretty much be cleaning up the outside of your whole body fillet, and you're going to be cleaning up all of the parts that you don't want to eat. So we're going to move this whole body fillet. Now we have all of the internals out of the catfish. It's a very clean, nice piece of meat. We're going to lay it on our table. We are going to back the camera up real quick. It is a whole body fillet, being that's not a fillet, but a whole body type style piece of meat. So pretty much we're going to take this catfish and we are going to put it on the table. I'm going to show you guys real quick. I'm going to take my sharpened fillet knife, make sure it's nice and sharp. My first cut is always on the tail. It's right here. You can see this little tail part. You're going to make the incision right there. You can see it. You go down and your tail is going to come off. There's your tail. You're going to do this back, rear, under fin. You're going to take the tip of your fillet knife and you're going to make an incision into the bone structure of the actual rear bottom fin. You're going to actually hear in the fillet knife, as you make a small incision through the bone structure right here, you're going to hear it, and you're going to pull the fillet knife right through, and bam, there goes your bottom lower fin right there. Okay, you have your tail, you have your bottom fin. Now we're going to take our fillet knife and we are going to go into our front two fins. Okay, so the two front fins are right here. Okay, so we're going to cut these little chunks off. You're going to pretty much take your knife and you're going to feel around the side fins cartilage area, and you're going to cut around them as small as you can, leaving as much meat as possible. There's one. Turn it over, feel it out, make your incision, and bam, there's two. Make sure the rest of there's a little bit of extra skin you got to make sure you pull. So we have our rear tail, we have our lower fin, we have our two side fins, and then also, last but not least, we have our top fin. What I use, and the only thing that you can really use, is a pair of industrial type wire cutter snips. You're going to pull up the fin like this. You're going to go under here, you're going to make a crack, bam, and you're going to pull through, and you're going to pull that whole top fin. Once you have your tail, your under fin, your two side fins, and your top fin completely done, you're going to have a perfect piece of whole body catfish right here that is the most delicious thing you could ever eat with butter and garlic. This is $2.99 to $3.99 a pound from the store, and we catch hundreds of dollars worth of this catfish every time we go out, leaving us hundreds and hundreds of dollars of awesome meat in our freezer that's stashed away for the year and ready to go. This is one of our delicacies. This is an amazing thing we do every single year. We hope that you guys tune into the page. Once we get these whole body fillets done,
we'll show you how to bag them up.
We take them over here to our third bucket and we put them in here. And this is my clean bucket with all completely clean water. And as you guys can see, we have tons of fillets, whole body pieces in here, ready to go into our Ziplocs and into the freezer. Real quick, I want to explain to you guys how we prep and store our catfish out of the third bucket into the freezer. Okay, so once you have your whole body catfish, you're gonna take 3 of these catfish right here, okay, 3 or 4 at a time, okay, and you're going to put them in a Ziploc freezer bag, okay, and you're gonna do,
show them that stuff when we come back,
and you're going to use salt, water, milk, and you're gonna make a nice little amount on the bottom. This is gonna retain all of your fish from catching freezer burn. It's gonna give them a longevity of life in the freezer, and it's also gonna help them in the long run when it comes down to it. Yeah, these are the basic steps. Like I said, a basic breakdown summary of what we just went through. You got your whole body catfish pretty much broken down on the tree. We nail them to the tree. We make 2 incisions. We do a skin. We do a chop. We cut. That leaves us with the actual full fish. From there, we come over here to the table after we clean and gut it. We break it down on the table. We cut the main tail, the underbody fin, the 2 side fins and also the top fin, leaving us with a perfect whole body piece that we can bag up, prep, put into freezer bags with milk, water, and salt to prep and get into the freezer. These will stay good for a year, 2, 3, many years. They will be amazing fish for years to come, and you can use these in tons of different recipes, or you can cook them they're themselves in a whole body manner. And they're absolutely delicious and just a great filling type fish for a freezer. I thank you guys so much. This is Ryan Anthony with Ryan's Travel, RVing, and Off-Grid page. I just want to give you guys some knowledge. This is stuff that we do every single year, whether it's a vacation or whether it's traveling or whether it's living off the land or filling our freezer. This is part of our journey. It's part of our mission, and we would love to share and let you guys know how we do it, and we would someday hope to see that some of you guys go out and try to attempt to do this stuff as well. We thank you guys so much. Be good, stay safe out there. Make sure you guys get your poles in the water, tight lines, be good, and we'll see you guys on the flip side. Thank you.